one more person is there.
Okay, so 3 are there. Okay, you are from Chennai. Okay, you are working in.
Research scholar.
Okay, where are you?
University of Madras.
University of Madras. Okay, okay, thank you. You are from? Please be
Trivandrum.
seated. Yeah.
Trivandrum.
Okay, you are from Trivandrum. Okay, and
I'm from Tanzania, research scholar, University of Kerala.
University of Kerala.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, so myself Hiran Bose. I am working as a scientist staff in CDAC. Have you heard about CDAC? So those people who have not heard about CDAC, this is our website, cdac.in, cdac.in. Okay, so those people who wants to get some details regarding what kind of work we are doing, we can just look at this particular website, cdac.in. So before we start the session, I will just talk about a little bit of CDAC. So CDAC, it all started in almost in 1987. CDAC started in 1987, and CDAC has been started with the objective of creating the supercomputers. Okay, so India's first supercomputer, do you know the name? Param. Param series of supercomputer, that is India's first supercomputer, has been developed by CDAC only. So we are headquartered in CDAC in Pune, and we are having other centers across India. We are having other centers, and I represent CDAC Toronto. So we are having centers in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mohali, Mumbai, Delhi, Patna, Northeast. Also, we are having our presence is there in Silchar. So almost we are having around 3,000 plus employees are working in CDAC, and if you look at the CDAC website, these are the major activities of CDAC, starting from high performance computing, quantum computing, AI and multilingual, strategic electronics, software technologies, health informatics, education and training, and finally we are having the cyber security and forensics. So CDAC Trivandrum is one of the key resource center in cyber security and cyber forensics. We have developed indigenous tools in cyber forensics, and these tools are being used by almost all the law enforcement agencies across the country. So I'll demonstrate a few tools from CDAC, as well as I will also demonstrate a few other tools, other commercial tools which is used in mobile forensics part. So today's topic, in the afternoon session, we are going to look at a topic that is called as mobile forensics. Okay, so this is a mobile forensics. We are having a session on mobile forensics. So, so basically, digital forensics is a section that is coming under the cyber security domain. So we have the larger umbrella is there, that is the cyber security part, and there are different like pen testing or the SOC operations or the vulnerability analysis. All these things are coming under the cyber security domain, and forensics is one key part which is there. So if you look at the cyber world, let's see have you seen this? The Kaspersky Cyber Threat Live Attack Map. So in the case of cyber attacks, you can see there are two people will be there. One will be the attacker and another will be the victim. So there are always two sides of the world, or two sides of the coin are there. So this is a live cyber threat attack map, which is from, there are many live cyber threat attack maps are there from various various vendors. And here you can see this is from the Kaspersky. This is, you can just Google Kaspersky live cyber threat map, which will take you to this particular link. And this is a live attack scenario which is taking place. And as of now, as on today, you can see India is the 8th most attacked country. As on today. So maybe 1 week after you go to this again same website where you will be seeing another different statistics. Okay. So this is one of the live cyber threat attack map that is taking place across the globe. So there are different type of attacks there. Okay, maybe mostly that our desktop machines are being attacked in general. So you can see the starting point of the attack, to whom this or to where this particular attack is targeting. All these things you will be able to see, you will be able to visualize, and what are the different type of attack that is there. So that all those informations you will be able to get from this particular cyber threat live map. So once this attack is happened, say like we know that as in the morning session we have seen different type of standards or different type of procedures has been explained. So they are all going to deal with the cyber security domain, how to prevent the type of attack, how to prevent the cyber attack in the cyber domain or in the digital world. But we know that we will be having, there are a lot of attacks are taking place, and we will be forced to be attacked also. So there are different digital equipment devices which is going to be under attack. Mostly our desktop systems or our laptops are going to be attacked. Ransomware attack, different type of attacks are going to take place. So one of the statistics, I have just taken one statistics also. Like you know that nowadays the digital payments that is taking place across the world are mostly, almost around 75% of the digital payments are being done through mobile device. Okay. So mobile device is also one of the key target that is going to be attacked. Okay. And most of the time, like we feel that okay, this like our mobile device may be compromised, and you may not know whether this particular device is already compromised or not. Maybe you are clicking on a link which you have received in WhatsApp, or maybe you have just downloaded a good morning message, a good morning image in your phone. Okay, so by that all these things you can see that you can compromise this mobile device. So we don't know. So most of the time, and again, like there are many wonderful apps are also going to be there. I just want to show you one more statistics. Do you know what is the total number of mobile apps in Google Play Store? Any guesses there? Total. We are all downloading apps from most often, like, and again, if you look at the mobile operating system, like you can see 75% of the market is held by Android operating system. The remaining 25 or 26 is being held by the iOS and other operating systems. And we are all downloading the Google apps or the mobile apps, Android apps from the Google Play Store. So any idea what is the total number of apps which is there in Google Play Store? Any guess? Any wild guess? What will be the total number of mobile apps? We are all using apps, right? What is the total number of mobile apps are there? So this is the statistics which I am taking from the statista.com, and this is the answer to it. So as of June 2024, you can see there are how many apps? 16.82 mobile apps are there in Google Play Store. As on June 2024, 16.82 mobile applications are available, or APKs are uploaded in the Google Play Store. But at some point of time, if you look at here, you can see in 2018, you can see it is going to have around 36, it was having around 36 lakh mobile applications are there. Okay, in 2018, 36 mobile applications, 36 lakh mobile applications are there, was there in the Google Play Store. But as of now, or maybe one year back, you can see that we are only having around 16 lakh. Maybe it may grow a little bit, and actually it is actually coming down only. If you look at the graph, you can see that it's not, normally we have an exponential growth of internet. Or if you look at the number of mobile users also, we are having an exponential growth. But if you look at the number of applications that is being uploaded in Google Play Store, you can see it is a growth, it's a decline. It's having the numbers are actually decreasing. And as of now, you can see it is almost around 16 lakhs are there. Okay, so 20 lakh applications, what happened to it? 6 years before we were having 36 lakh, and now we are only having 16 lakh. So 20 lakh mobile apps, what happened? What happened? They have been removed. Okay, they have been removed by whom? Google itself. From the Play Store itself, they have removed it. Right? What may be the cause? What may be the reasons? Yeah, security issues. Okay, these mobile applications was vulnerable in nature. So Google has made their security policy so stringent that they were not following this security standard that has been mentioned by Google licensing terms, and it has been removed out from the Google Play Store. And now I think it is only almost around 15 lakh mobile apps are there as of now, as on date. There are only 15 lakh mobile apps are there. So, so what happened is there are a lot of these mobile applications are so vulnerable, and it's making very difficult for the mobile devices, like for using this particular mobile, for this using these electronic gadgets and all. So there are a lot of vulnerabilities are there. If you take nowadays, you can see that the number of IoT devices are growing like anything. Okay, and we are all in the IPv6, right? I don't know whether in your institute it is IPv6 is implemented or not. Is it implemented in your organization? Most often the answer will be no. Okay, and again, if you come to the IoT, the growth of IoT devices, it's so huge that the almost all the IoT devices are right now in IPv6. So again, if you look at the total number of IPv6 addresses currently in use, why? Because each time when you are going to connect each time when you are going to connect to your mobile device or maybe your IoT devices, what happens is you are going to get connected to with an IP address. Your mobile device is going to be connected with an IP address. Now you can see on this on these statistics, what is the total number of possible IP address which you can have in IPv6? What is the total number? So you can see it is 2 raised to 128. You can see can you see the number? Yeah. So it's being represented as 340 undecillion. That is a unit by which this IP address is going to be measured. So as of now, so if you can look at the Google statistics, IPv6 adoption, let's look at that link. IPv6, that means how many devices or how many, what is the usage of this 340 undecillion IP addresses which is available. So out of which how many, what is the rate of IPv6 usage? So you can see on this slide, on this statistics from Google, we are reaching only 50% of the devices, or 340 undecillion IPv6 address is there, out of which we are only using 50% as of now. I hope you understood this, right? So all these IoT devices, all the wearable devices which we are having, all the mobile devices which we are having, the moment you are going to get connected to the internet, it is going to make use of an IPv6. Until now, and again you can see as of now, it is only, we are only up to 50%, and remaining 50% of IPv6 address is freely available. So over a, maybe if you look at the market survey and all, maybe you are going to get the number of IoT devices are going to be increasing in the coming years. Maybe within 5-10 years, you can see that the number of IoT devices or number of digital gadgets that is going to be connected is going to be increasing in many fold. So I was saying, I was just giving a brief introduction, like what is the current the digital domain all about, what is the total number of IP addresses which is going to be there, what is the total number of mobile apps are available, what are the vulnerabilities which is going to be there. So all these things are going to, you can see that our mobile devices are going to be vulnerable. If we are not using these devices in a proper, with some civic sense, then we are all in trouble, okay? And once it is being compromised, once our mobile devices are going to be compromised, we have to go and do some kind of analysis. So that part is what we are going to call it as the forensics part. Okay, so what happens is our devices are vulnerable. There are many vulnerable applications are there, and our devices may get infected with so many vulnerable components. And what we have to do is we have to do a forensic analysis. So there are different type of forensic branches are there. Say starting with disk forensics or maybe like computer forensics, where we are going to do the analysis of a laptop, or maybe you are having analysis of desktop forensics, and then we are having another branch where it is called as the mobile forensics, okay, or in general we can call it as the device forensics, or it can be of any different type of devices, like the wearable devices which we are having, that is also coming under the device forensics. So and then again IoT forensics, database forensics, cloud forensics, then we are having network forensics, memory forensics. So there are n number of forensic branches are going to be there. So in today's session we are going to look at the mobile forensics part. Okay, so we will be looking at, I'll just give you a few theoretical slides we will be going through, and then I will demonstrate a few tools also which will help you in doing the forensics part. So basically, we have to make use of lot of tools. That is the most important part. Like like if you look at the cyber security domain, or you look at the pen testing, or you look at the vulnerability analysis, we are going to make use of lot of tools, and all these tools are commercial in nature, and it is going to cost you like anything. Okay, per license for 1 year it may cost. I am talking about one tool which is used in mobile forensics. It is called as Celebrite UFED. So that is one tool which is there. It is used globally. Okay, across various global law enforcement agencies it is being used, and the cost of it in Indian rupees for one license, it is almost more than 15 lakhs. It is for 1 year. So we have to again make another payment of 15 lakhs if you are going to proceed for the next coming years. So that is the cost factor which is involved. Okay, so the tools are like the forensic tools are very high cost. So these are some of the topics which I am planning to take. We will just have a brief understanding about what is mobile device forensics. We will have a look at the architecture and the booting process of Android as well as the iOS. What is meant by the mobile forensic process? We have to follow a set of process if you want to like get the analysis being done. We will also look at the cellular network data. So maybe like you may be already aware, like most often whenever a crime happens, the police first goes and look into the call data record, right? They just go to the network operator and they just collect all the call data record or the CDR, and then we are going to analyze this CDR. So to find out what was the connectivity with this particular number, what is the duration, what was the actual GPS location where this mobile phone is right now located. All this information you will be able to get by looking at the cellular network data. So when we come to the forensics part, you can see like this is the device which we are having. We are going to perform the analysis of this device, right? We are going to, so there are a lot of evidences are going to be there. So this is the digital evidence we are going to analyze. So within this particular phone, we are having the internal memory is available. We are having the SD card in some of the mobile phone. We are having the SD card, memory card, external memory card will be there. Then we may be having the SIM card is also there. Nowadays people are using eSIM, right? We are having different profiles are going to be there, and by which you will be able to Hello? Yeah. Okay, thank you. It is not. Okay, so there are different type of. So I was talking about the evidences which is there. So this mobile phone itself is an evidence. We are having the internal memory is available, and we are having the external memory card. Then we have the SIM card is there, and nowadays we are having the eSIM. Okay, so I don't want to have that plastic card is not there. We are going to have the. Has anybody is having eSIM here in this classroom? Any phone eSIM? eSIM is there? No. Okay, so normally what they do, they just have the QR code is there. When we go and take the connection, you just scan. Those people who are having, you are having eSIM. So how does എങ്ങനെയാണ് കണക്ഷൻ എസ്റ്റാബ്ലിഷ് കണക്ഷൻ ചെയ്തത്? സർവീസ് സെന്ററിൽ പോയിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? Scan ചെയ്തു. So we can see that there is a QR code is there. So basically what they are going to do is they are going to have a profile. Inside the eSIM, we are going to talk about a new format that is called as a profile. So I can store different profiles inside the eSIM. And the size, if you look at now, early days we were having the normal SIM, then we came to the micro SIM, then we came to nano SIM, and nowadays we are talking about the eSIM, which is having a size of 6 by 5, 6 mm into 5 mm. That is the physical size of the SIM that is stored, that is soldered inside the mobile phone. So we may have to acquire the data, acquire the information from the SIM card. We may have to collect the data from the memory card, internal memory card, right? We may have to collect the data from the SIM, from the external memory card. So these are the information that is there in this device, physical device. Now we are having lot of information in the cellular network also. Okay, so how we are going to perform investigate, how we are going to do the investigation in the cellular network data. So mostly like CDR is one common thing, but not only CDR, there are a lot of other artifacts, digital artifacts are also there in the cellular network. Then we will look at into the how to perform the file system acquisition. Similarly, we know that in our mobile phone we don't have the admin rights. There are so many pre-defined or pre-installed mobile applications. So if you buy Samsung, there are so many Samsung pre-installed applications are there which you are unable to uninstall. Why? Because you don't have the right, you don't have the admin rights, admin privileges are not there. So we may have to get the admin privilege. So in the case of Android, it is called as routing. That term is called as routing. So how we are going to perform the route. And in the case of iOS phone, we have to get the privileges by using a concept that is called as jailbreaking. So routing, how we are going to perform routing, how we are going to perform jailbreaking. I'll have a small demo. I have just connected one iPhone. Similarly, I am having a Android phone is also there. So for showing you that demo part. And there are two type of acquisition is there. One is called as the logical acquisition and another is called as the physical acquisition. In the case of a mobile device. So in the case of a laptop or in the case of a normal hard disk, we only talk about the physical acquisition. There is nothing that it is there, but normally we are having the complete power, we are having the complete admin rights are there. So we will be able to take the physical acquisition. So what is the difference between logical and physical acquisition? So in the case of a in the case of a logical acquisition, what happens is, say for example, we are going to have a 256 GB of internal memory is there, and if I am going to take the entire 256, I am going to take the entire 256 GB of data, then it is called as a physical acquisition. That means inside the phone you are having internal memory is 256 GB is there, and I am going to take the copy of the entire 256 GB. Have you understood? So it is called as physical acquisition. And in the case of logical acquisition, out of this 256 GB, right now in my phone I am using only 85 GB. Understood? It's a new phone, I am only using 85 GB. Only that much amount of data is present or I am using inside the mobile device. So if I am going to acquire that particular portion, it is called as the logical acquisition. But if I am going to take the entire memory content of the phone, it is called as physical acquisition. So in the case of mobile forensics, we are going to have how many different type of acquisition? Physical and logical acquisition. So please remember, if I want to perform, I hope it is clear, right? Have you understood the difference, physical and logical? So if I want to perform the physical acquisition, we have to root the phone. There is no other go. We have to root the phone or we may have to jailbreak the phone. Okay, so there are a lot of disadvantages, lot of problems can raise when I am going for routing or the jailbreaking. So these are the things which we are going to see in this session. So what is mobile forensics? So it is nothing but process of examining the mobile device and the digital evidence that is associated with this particular device. So that is the definition. So as I told, there are different branches of mobile forensics are available. So I told you disk forensics, IoT, cloud forensics. Nowadays drone forensics are also there. Drone. Okay. Now most of these attacks which is taking place in the Gulf region, you might have heard about Iran the second in charge, he has been killed by a drone attack. And now also we don't know from where this drone is coming, who is operating this particular drone. We don't know any idea about that. So that drone forensics is also there, which is going to analyze the signals that is going to be used and all. So today morning they were Nitin was talking about the top 10 risk was there. OWASP, Open Web Application Security Project, top 10 risk he was talking about. And similarly, we are also going to have something similar to it, but they are talking about the top 10 mobile risk. Top 10 mobile risk. So this is the website which so you can just Google in Google OWASP top 10 mobile risk. OWASP top 10 mobile risk, which will take you to this particular site. And they have released the updated version of top 10 mobile risk in 2024. And this is the top 10 mobile risk that is being, so whenever we are going to develop any mobile application, we have to ensure that at least these top 10 risks should not be there. We have to evaluate that particular mobile application at least for these top 10 mobile risks. Okay. So basically it is say for example, insufficient or insecure data storage, or inadequate supply chain security, or security misconfigurations, insecure communication. So these are some of the things which is talking about the OWASP top 10. So if you look at this link, we can see that they are going to do a comparison also between the OWASP top 10 which has been released in 2016 and 2024. So whenever we are going to develop any mobile application, we have to ensure that at least we have to check for these 10 mobile top risk. So that should be there. Okay, because, and definitely, as I told, Google is having very stringent security rules are available. So if I want to upload an APK file, what is the APK file? Android package file, right? So if I want to upload it, definitely you have to follow the security rules that is being mentioned by the Google, and at least these 10 is already there, which we have to follow. So these are the top 10 mobile risk which is there. You can just look at the OWASP website and we can get more details regarding it. Now, where are the mobile attacks, or where are the location where the mobile attacks can take place? Okay. So this is again the anatomy of a mobile attack. Okay, so which all location the mobile is going to be attacked. So the first attack surface is the device itself. Okay, the device itself, the mobile device itself. It can be through the browser, or it can be through SMS, it can be through various applications, or it can be a malware that is targeted to the mobile device, or it can be the system also. And then another different attack surface is the network, by using the man-in-the-middle attack, session hijacking, the fake SSL certificate, Wi-Fi. These are another attack surface that can happen in the mobile device. And the third attack surface is the data center, or maybe we can call it as the cloud. Okay. So these are the three different attack vectors that can take place within a mobile device. So this is the three different type of mobile attacks. The point number one is the device, the second is the network, and the third is the data center or the cloud activity. Now when we come to the forensic activity, two components are very important. One is the hardware, the mobile hardware component, and the second part is the mobile operating system. Nowadays we can see that I think you might have heard about Titan M2 chip. Have you heard about it? Titan M2 chip, which is a specific chip released by Google for the which is going to be used in Google Pixel phones. So it is a separate chip, and this chip is going to take care of the security hardware. It's a hardware chip which is going to talk about the hardware security layer. Okay, how to make the applications or how to make that data that is stored inside the inside that particular Google Pixel phone to be more secure. So that is so what I am saying is that we are going to come up with lot of new hardware components which is going to make the life of a forensic analyst very difficult. Okay, the tool developer who is there, I told you Celebrate is one commonly used tool. So I have to connect this particular mobile device to the forensic workstation. I have to run the tool, and the tool has to identify this particular device. I have to get the data from this particular mobile phone into my forensic workstation. So if I am unable to identify the device itself, then it becomes very difficult, right? So they are going to make use of lot of new hardware technologies. As I was saying, the Google Titan M2. Similarly, Apple is also going to have their own customized hardware components are available, which is going to make the life of forensic analyst or the developers at very high risk. Why? Because and again, maybe you may be knowing that in the case of mobile phone, we are going to have our own encryption techniques are going to be there, or maybe I can download a third-party application which is going to encrypt the data. You may be giving some passcode and which is going to encrypt this particular data. And now suppose if that phone is involved in a crime and you get the phone for doing the analysis, for performing the analysis, then it's very difficult for the analyst to recover the data from this particular device. Why? Because they are going to have their own customized encryptions softwares are going to be installed in these devices and all. So it is going to be very challenging. So now you can see there are different mobile forensic challenges are also there. Okay, so a few challenges are listed on this slide, and again you can see there are lot of anti-forensic techniques are also going to be used. Lot of anti-forensic techniques. Say we are all using the lock pattern is there. We are using a very highly complicated passcode. If I want, I can set up a passcode, or maybe the pattern is there, or maybe we are going to have some biometric components are also there, which is going to be these are all anti-forensic techniques which is going to take place. So similarly, the encryption which I was talking about, the full disk encryption or the file-based encryption. Similarly, we know that the WhatsApp communication or the signal communication, they are all having a secure communication. They are having the E2EE. What is E2EE? End-to-end encryption. End-to-end encryption communication protocols are going to be. So these are all the anti-forensic techniques which the people are using. Similarly, there are so many different app locks are available. Within the app, we can, if you want, we can lock that particular app also. Then we can use the GPS spoofing tools are available, which is going to spoof the GPS location itself. I may be located in Kannur, but those people who are, or maybe the actual GPS location data which is going to be stored inside the phone, that will be modified by using an app. Okay, so if the police is going to get the phone, physically I am present in Kannur now, but the GPS data which they recover from the mobile device, they may see that okay, it is not in Kannur, it is in Kochi. Okay, so I can spoof. GPS spoofing can be done in the phone also. So there are a huge number of like anti-forensic techniques we can have. And similarly, I think you might have already heard about that Find My Device. Find My Device is there where you will be able to remotely you will be able to lock the phone, or maybe you will be able to you will be able to completely wipe the phone also, right? Find My Device. Okay, so where you can see you can actually secure the device. Similarly, you can click on factory reset also. So the moment you click on this factory reset, what happens? The phone, if the phone is connected to the internet, what happens? It is going to start wiping the data. And again, nowadays people are having these. So you can see here right now it is in Vimal Jyoti. So we are having, there are so many anti-forensic mobile applications are also there. So what this app is going to do, if you are going to, the app says that, okay, if I get a missed call from this particular number, okay, what next? We have to write the complete data. Understood? So maybe the police is going to seize your mobile phone, okay. You have already informed your friend that if my phone is being seized by the police, you please send a missed call from this number to the phone, okay. So it is not in the airplane mode. If the police, after seizing, if the phone is not in the airplane mode, and if I am successfully able to send a missed call to this number, what will happen? Complete data wipe is going to take place. So these are the different techniques which we will be these are the different challenges which is being faced by the analyst which is there. Now, so I think you might be knowing all this. The mobile device, how the mobile device architecture is going to look like. We have a baseband processor is there. We have the built-in ROM is there, where the firmware is going to be stored. We are having the firmware which is going to be flashed onto the ROM. And when I am going to when I am going to switch on the mobile phone, what happens? The content from the ROM is going to be copied into the RAM, and from where it is going to get executed. And then we have a lot of peripheral devices are also there. I just want to share one link also, that is called as iFixit. I don't know whether you might have heard about it. It is called as iFixit. You can just iFixit. This is the website. iFixit.com. Have you ever seen the internals of the Apple phone? You are having Apple 16 Pro is there, or 17 Pro is there, or maybe you are having iPad is there. Have you ever seen the internals of the phone? No, right? So here you can visit the website and you will be able to see that complete full inner details. And here they are talking about Apple. The link which I am showing is Apple Watch Series tear down. Apple Watch Series 4 tear down, and you are having a nice YouTube video is there, by which you will be able to open the complete device. You will be able to see the PCBs. You will be able to see the processor, which processor M4. Like there are many Apple processors are available, and you will be able to see the actual hardware of these devices. So the website link is iFixit. It's an excellent website which is going to give you more hardware details of that phone. Now this is the generic block level diagram of any mobile device architecture. Now coming to the Android operating system architecture, this is the architecture of Android operating system. And you know that Android is a modified version of Linux kernel, right? Linux kernel is completely free. It is being released under the GPL licensing terms. Anybody can go to the kernel.org website and they can download the kernel and they can modify. Even Google is doing the same thing only. Okay, they are downloading the kernel, the basic kernel which you get it from the kernel website. It is being for the x86 platform, or maybe we can say it is generally targeting the Intel processors, x86 processors. So this is kernel.org website, from where you will be able to download it. And who is the father? Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds is the father. He has developed this particular Linux kernel, and you can see the latest as of now is 6.17.8. That is the latest Linux kernel. Again, you can go back to your phone and you can check the version of the kernel which your phone is having. Okay, if it is Android, you can check your own phone and you will be able to see what is the version of your own phone. You can go to about phone, you can look at the software update where you will be seeing the kernel version. So this is the latest version of the Linux kernel. So what Google is doing is they just downloaded the kernel from this website and they are going to build a lot of layers on top of it. Okay, so the base is the kernel only. So you can see the base is the Linux kernel. where you are having all the drivers, audio drivers, all these things are available. On top of which we are having an HAL, hardware abstraction layer. On top which we are having the libraries, we are having the various framework. Say, and again you can see the system. This is the top layer where we are talking about the various applications. The applications which we are installing, maybe it is an IRCTC web application, or maybe it is an Uber app which is running on top, and which is being managed by a Java API framework, where we are having lot of managers, and we are having the native C or C++ libraries, and the abstraction layer is going to act as an interface between the hardware and between the software. So this is the generic Android operating system architecture. So if you look at the boot process of this Android, I told you like the starting phase is the boot ROM. That is the place where we are going to have that firmware. Okay, that is being burned onto that particular boot ROM, and then we have the bootloader, which is going to boot the kernel. You can see below the bootloader we are having the kernel, and the first process that is going to be started by the kernel is the init. Init is the name of the first process that is being started by the kernel, and then after that we are going to have different applications that is going to be started under the init. And also you can see a specific name that is called as Dalvik Virtual Machine, DVM. I think you might have heard about Java Virtual Machine, right? Where we will be able to execute the Java programs. Wherever you have the JVM, I can execute the Java bytecodes, right? So similarly, Google went to, like at that time it was with Oracle, Google went to Oracle and they were asking for the JVM for running these programs, for running the mobile applications, but they denied, and then Google has developed their own Dalvik Virtual Machine, and that is the place where our applications are going to run. Okay, I start a mobile application, it is going to run where it is going to be executed on the Dalvik Virtual Machine in Android, DVM. Okay, and so this is the booting process of the Android operating system. Similarly, when we come to the iOS, this is the architecture of iOS, where we are going to have a 5-layer architecture, where we have the kernel and device drivers. Definitely, it is also almost looking like the Linux kernel only, but the Apple is having their own modification, their own changes they have done. And then we have the core OS, we have the core services, we have the media, and in iOS we call it as the Coco. The application name is called as the Coco, and where it is going to get executed in the form of an app kit. So this is the generic iOS architecture in general. Now if you look at the booting process of iOS, there are two different boot modes are available in iOS. Anybody is having iPhone? Nobody is there. You are having, okay. So maybe you can try with, like, it depends upon the type of processor which we are going to use. So what are the two modes of booting mode? Normally it's a normal boot, but forensically if you want to change it, you are able to change it. One is called as the DFU. DFU stands for Device Firmware Upgrade Mode, and the second one is called as Recovery Mode. Okay. So these are the two modes which forensically we are talking about. So basically you can see it starts from the boot ROM, and then we have the IBSS and similarly IBEC. Why? Because in iPhone we are going to have the signature, the sign. The signatures are very important in the case of iOS. So the sign has to be, or we have to secure this data that is stored in the iPhone. So that is the reason why they are going to have multi-stage bootloaders. One is called as the IBSS and another is called as IBEC. So these are the two bootloaders which is there, and which is going to start the kernel. So in the case of DFU mode, and you can see, as I told, we are going to have different processors are available. So if it is for A17 and above, you can see this is the steps which we have to follow if you want to go to the DFU mode. Similarly, if I want to go to the recovery mode, we can see this is the steps which is available. So you can see the steps: connect the iPhone to the workstation, quick press and release the volume up button, quick press and release the volume down button, press and hold the side button until the screen goes black, continue holding the sidebar for 5 seconds, the screen remains black, which is clear indication that phone is in the DFU mode. So these are the two modes of operation. It's not a normal mode, right? Please remember that. It is for the forensic activity. Okay, I want to do the forensic analysis of the iPhone. Then what are the steps? Either we have to follow this DFU mode or we have to follow this recovery mode. So this is the basic architecture of Android as well as iOS and the booting process. Now coming to the Android file system, I think all of you are aware of file systems, FAT32, NTFS, there are different file systems are there. When we come to the Android file system, these are the important directories which is there inside the file system. Basically, if you are aware of Linux operating system, you will be able to correlate it. We have the /boot folder, /system folder, recovery folder, data folder, cache folder, NISC, SD card, /SD card. So these are the important folder structures which is there inside the Android operating system. So when we are going for the analysis process, /data is the folder which is a very important, high importance should be there. Okay, so what happens is inside this /data, whenever we are going to install any new application, a folder structure is going to be created inside /data folder. I install IRCTC, or you are going to install Uber. Where is the location of this folder? I have to create some folder, right? I'm going to install Uber. Where is the folder location going to be stored? It is stored inside /data folder. So /data folder is a very important folder, which is of very important, high importance. Similarly, cache is also there. There are many log files are there. Log files are there. If you want to start doing the analysis of the log, then we have to look into the cache folder. Similarly, we are having the SD card or external SD card, that is a third party mobile external memory card which we are going to have. So I will show you this in live by looking at a phone how we are going to perform it. And before we I'm just switching on an Android phone, okay. I'm using a command. Actually, we are going to have, so if you have the Android phone is there with you, Google itself is going to provide something that is called as platform tools, okay. You can go to developer Android website and you will be able to download the Google platform tools. Okay, so you can see this link. It is from developer.android.com. This is a set of tools which Google is providing, and you will be able to see the platform tools download. You can download it for Windows, Mac and Linux. Oh. Okay, so this is a location where you will be able to download the platform tools. So I have downloaded it and I have unzipped this particular one, and inside which we are going to have a tool or a command is there that is called as ADB devices. So you can see I am not using any commercial tools. You are just using I have downloaded these platform tools from developer.android.com, and by using this ADB command, ADB stands for Android Debug. So I'm just listing, I have connected this by using an USB cable, and I am just listing that particular phone by using this device. Now if I use another command called as adb shell, you can see that you will be taken to the mobile phone. You are now inside the mobile phone. ADB shell. So ADB devices, ADB shell. Now you are inside the mobile phone. Now this is a Linux one, and you can see that all the commands that is going to be where I can execute in Linux. I am just simply typing a command called as ls command, and you will be able to see all the list of files. Can you see here? You will be able to see all the list of files and folders inside that particular phone. But only thing is, now you can see we are in the dollar prompt. Dollar prompt means you are a normal user. Okay, you don't have the admin rights. You are not a root user. Understood? So in Linux, wherever you see $simple, you are a normal user. So what I have to do is, if I am going to execute a command called as su-, I think some of you may be knowing this particular command. What is this?
Switch user.
Yeah, switch user. I am trying to switch user to root. I am trying to elevate my privileges. But you can see that what is showing? Not found. That command is not found. Why? Because that phone is not rooted. The phone is not in the rooted. So I am just going to do a rooting process here. So there are many applications are available. Okay, so I am using a Kingo root. So what are the rooting tools which we can use? Okay, I'm just giving a list. One is called the Kingo root. Maybe you can take it down. This is one tool which can be used for rooting the Android phone. Say, please remember that there are so many. It is not it's not like go and root the phone. Okay, there are so many challenges are there. Okay, your phone may not boot again. Sometimes after rooting, there are high chances are there your phone may not start again also. So there are so it is a high risk job which is there. So Kingo root is one such application which you will be able to root the Android phone. Similarly, there is another tool called as Magisk. Magisk is there. Magisk is also another rooting tool. Okay, and you can see that it is going to help you rooting the latest version of Android also. Magisk Manager, Android Magisk Manager. Then we have another tool that is called as Super SU. This is again another tool for rooting. Super SU. This is also another tool for rooting. So these are some of the tools which we can use for the rooting of the phone. Okay, so if you want to establish a mobile forensic lab, then definitely you should have some. The first thing is you should have some phone, and the management should agree that even if the phone is gone after you experience the rooting, sometimes the phone may not work, or sometimes the phone may be dead. So you have to go to the shop and get it repaired again. So there are some kind of cost factors involved. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so these are some of the routing tools which we will be able to use. Okay, so why I am starting this? It will take some time for routing. Okay, and again please see that there are two types of routing. One is called as temporary routing and another is called as permanent routing. So always it is recommended to go for temporary routing. Okay, what is temporary routing? Once you restart the phone, our old route is gone. So if you want to root, you have to root it again. But permanent is permanent. All your things are going to you are going to have that admin rights throughout once it is rooted. So right now what is going to happen is almost all these routing tools, or maybe the cyber forensic tools, mobile forensic tools, they are going to work on agent based. So what happens is they are going to inject an agent to the phone, and that agent is going to execute, or agent is going to give you the root privilege. Okay, so I'm going to inject that agent from the forensic workstation. I'm trying to inject the agent onto the phone, and this agent is going to get executed inside the phone. Understood? Okay. So it will take some time for, sometimes it may fail also. Okay, so this is the one of the, I have mentioned the three tools. One is the Kingo app, another is the Magisk, and another is the Super SU. So you can just try any one of these mobile application or these routing tools also. And another website which is of interest is the XDA developer website. You can just Google XDA. Why? Because this is a technology website where you will be able to see the latest advancement of technology that is happening. And apart from that, it is also going to help you. The different blocks are also there, which is going to help you in getting the steps of routing or getting the steps of jailbreaking. So maybe you can just note down this link website also, XDA developers, where you will be able to get more like what is the current technology trend that is taking place in this world. So now I was talking about slash data. So I'm going to this slash data. We are going to again inside this, we are having another directory there that is called a slash data. Now you type pwd. Now you type pwd, you will be able to see the current location. I think pwd, all of you know, print working directory or present working directory. You can see that we are now in slash data. Okay, is that clear? Right now we are located inside this location, inside the form. Now if I type ls means I am trying to list out the files. You can see that you don't have the permission. Permission is denied. You cannot view the content of that particular folder. Why? Because the phone is not rooted. You don't have the rights. You don't have the admin rights. Okay. So that is the reason why I am trying to root the phone. Okay. And here, okay. So these are the important locations. So routing, let it detect in the background. So these are the important directory locations which is of importance. And again, as I told, like in Android phones, every data is stored in .db file. We are using a database called as SQLite. Okay, we might have heard about Oracle database, MS SQL and all, but they are going to have something that is called as SQLite database. So if you look at the Android OS architecture also here, you can see it's a third-party library here. You can see the native C++, OCO, C++ library here. WebKit is there, libc, Open Graphics library for embedded system. Similarly, we are also going to have a library that is called as SQLite. So that is a database which is being used in Android phones, SQLite. So this is a website, sqlite.org. This is a database which is used normally in Android as well as in iPhone. So it is a small, or we can say it is a lightweight database. It's not like Oracle, it is a lightweight database where the data is going to be stored in a key value pair. Okay, we are talking about NoSQL and all. Okay, MongoDB and all. We have the key value pair. So it is similar to it. We have a key, we have a value. Say for example, name, say name or say organization is the key, CDAC is the value. So we have having a key value pair. So all these data, see the call log details, the WhatsApp details, the email details, the Gmail details, the Chrome browser artifacts, everything is going to be stored in DB format. Is that clear? The SMS details, the WhatsApp, everything is going to be stored in DB format. So where is the DB available? So the DB is available, say for example, if I am talking about the call log. So that DB is available inside /data/data com.android.provide is com.android.provide is slash telephony slash databases, okay, slash telephony dot db. This is the location where you will be able to get the call log details. So where is my location? Inside that folder structure, data, then we have a folder called as com.android.providers.telephony, inside which we are having a folder called as databases. Inside that we are having a file called as telephony.db. Similarly, so this location is permanent. You take any Android phone, you take the latest Samsung phone, or you take a very old phone, this location is already predefined. So what the tools are going to do, what the mobile forensic tools are going to do, I can select, I want to get the call log details, or I want to get that SMS details. So these are all predefined locations. So you check that option, then what the tool is going to do? The tool is going to inject an agent. Agent is going to this location, and whatever data that is forensically relevant, those information they are going to fetch it, and it is going to show it inside the tool. Have you understood the point? Is that clear? So these locations are going to be predefined. There is no change. You take all the Android phones, it is going to be the same only. So we will try to access it. Okay, so now you can see the phone is detected now, and I am going to click on the root. So now what happens? It is time to inject that agent into this phone. Okay, and again it will take some time. I hope it is clear. This demo, rooting of phone, the king of root. So it has detected the phone, and then I am clicking on the root button. It is time to do that rooting on in the background. And once it is rooted, we will come back to this prompt again, and we will try to execute this su- command. This command we will try to execute. I hope it is clear. We will try to execute. We have already seen that I tried to execute this su command here, but it is showing not found. After rooting, I will come back to this prompt again, and now I will execute this command. And you can see that the $simple will get modified to #simple. Okay, that we will see in a short while after this routing is completed. So the database which we are going to use is called as the SQLite. It is called as a lightweight database, where it is going to be storing the data in a key value format. Then coming to iOS, these are the important directories which is available in the iOS folder file system hierarchy. We have the applications, we have the user data, we have the system files also. So these are some of the key important directories in iOS. /applications, library, USR, war. And again you can see all the user related utilities and applications are going to be stored inside USR. So when we come to the mobile forensic process, you can see this is the basic steps which we have to follow when we come to mobile forensics part. So on the right side, on the left side you can see the core step which is there. So the basic step is collecting the evidence, document the evidence. Documentation is very important. Okay, whatever things we are going to perform in the mobile device or in any digital gadget, we have to document it. And in the case of forensic, there is another document is there that is called as chain of custody. Chain of custody document is there. I don't know, like you might have heard about the case against the Malayalam superstar. പേര് പറയാൻ പാടില്ല. അപ്പോൾ പേപ്പറൊക്കെ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവുമല്ലോ. This is regarding a Malayalam incident, okay, cyber incident. Maybe other people may not be able to relate it. So what happened? Paper വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. അതിൻ്റെ digital hash value memory card and the hash value has been modified. As you might have read, with iPhone ഉണ്ട്. ഐഫോണിൻ്റെ ഹാഷ് വാല്യൂ മാറി എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് ഐഫോൺ അമേരിക്കയിലോട്ട് അയച്ചു, അമേരിക്കയിൽ പോയി അപ്പോൾ ഐഫോൺ ഇവിടെ വന്നു, അതൊക്കെ അന്നത്തെ ന്യൂസ് ചാനലിലൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നതാണ്. So why that is important is the sequence of steps is very important. Documentation is very important. Chain of custody document is very important. You go to a crime scene, you collect an evidence. Who is going to collect? An official, a police person is going to collect an official. Is going to collect that evidence. So his name will be written in that chain of custody document. On this date, on this time, he has went and collected this evidence. And he is going to generate the hash value also. What is hash value? Fingerprint of that evidence, digital evidence. Okay. So after that, he is going to take it to the lab. I am sending it to the lab. Okay, with court order, I am sending it to maybe forensic science lab in police headquarters, Trivandrum. So what the first thing they are going to do? They are also going to take the hash value before they accept that evidence. They are going to take the hash. Okay. And they will check, they will cross verify whether this hash which they have obtained and the hash value which is mentioned in that paper which has been given by the court should be the same. If it is not same, that means some tampering has been occurred in transition during that transition, right? So that is very important. So that is why chain of custody document is very important. Okay. സോ ആ ദിലീപിൻ്റെ കേസിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടോയെന്ന് അറിയില്ല, കോടതിയിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഒരാൾ, എ പേഴ്സൺ ഹു വാസ് ദെയർ ഇൻ ദി കോർട്ട്, ഹി ഹാസ് ഓപ്പൺ ദിസ് മെമ്മറി കാർഡ് ഇൻസൈഡ് ഹിസ് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ ആൻഡ് ഹി ഹാസ് സീൻ ദാറ്റ് വീഡിയോ വൺസ് അഗെയിൻ. സോ വാട്ട് വിൽ ഹാപ്പൻ വെൻ ഐ ഓപ്പണിംഗ് ഇറ്റ് വിത്തൗട്ട് എനി പ്രോപ്പർ the forensic method, the timestamp is going to get modified. So the moment the timestamp is getting modified, again the hash value is going to get changed. So again they were trying to see the hash value, but the hash value is different. So the evidence is there in the court. Okay. Receiving that evidence in the court, it was having the same hash value, but once they again check the hash value within the court premises, the hash value was modified. So who is the person involved? There should be somebody in the court only. So that's how they got that suspect. So documentation is very important. Okay, document the evidence. Then preserve the evidence. That is again another important step. Forensic acquisition and analysis. We are going to take a copy of that forensic evidence and we are going for the analysis part. And finally we are going to generate the report. So this is a basic step which is there. And in between you can see there are some sub-steps are also available. Mobile device power state, if it is on, then I am going to check whether it is locked. If it is yes, then connect to the power. Okay, so you should not you should not make the system off. So if it is or if it is, and again we have to enable the airplane mode if it is locked. If it is not locked, preserve the evidence for further analysis. And sometimes you can see that the phone can be damaged also, physically damaged. Okay, display may be broken or the power is not coming up. So in that case, what they do, they are going to perform JTAG or chip of forensics. They are just opening, physically they will open the phone and they will just desolder the memory chip from the phone. So for that they are having, it's called as the chip of JTAG forensics. See, every phone or every digital device is going to have some JTAG pins or test points are there. So now your phone is not working. What do? You go to the shop, right? Your phone is not booting. Maybe after update, some phone is not getting moved. You go to the shop. What they do? They just burn the firmware again. So how do they write the firmware? By using the JTAG pins. JTAG stands for Joint Test Action Group. Every digital equipment is going to have the JTAG pins are there, test points are going to be there. Okay, and then in the analysis phase, what is they perform? They perform the logical acquisition, they perform physical acquisition. You can see that I told you about two type of acquisition, logical and physical. So first is logical only. And if you have successfully routed, then only you will be able to perform the physical acquisition. Please remember that. And again I told you, like, I am going to route. Why? Because how do I route? I try to inject some agent into the phone, right? So this phone is the evidence, and I am trying to inject an agent also. So the evidence is already tampered, right? Why? Because an external software I am going to put it inside the phone. So that should be documented. Okay, it should be documented. It should be in paper that I have done the routing. The routing has been done by this particular tool, and this particular application is going to perform these things, 1, 2, 3 things inside the phone. Everything should be perfectly documented. That is very important. Otherwise, the defense counsel is going to screw you like anything. He will screw, and finally you will fail the case. So that is the importance of documentation. Okay, now you can see it is almost around 98% coming back to the routing. Okay. Now what I am going to do, it is almost done here. Okay, 98. Now I am trying to execute this command. su-command, I am going to execute it once again. Now can you see what happened? I understood. I was trying to execute this command here also, but it was saying not found. Now I tried executing the same command. Now it has been executed and I have obtained the hash symbol. That means you are now the root user. Is that clear to everyone? Yeah. Now, so I have used it by using the Kingo root. So similarly, you can use Magisk, you can use SuperSU. There are many routing tools are there. But as I told, you have to go for temporary routing tools, not the permanent. Now if I type ls, okay, we will go for the break after this. Can you see now, I tried this ls command before also, but you can see that I was not able to visualize it, right? It was saying permission denied. Do you remember? It was showing permission denied, but now you can see that it is going to show you that detail. Now I am going to cd com.android.providers. Providers.telephony. Let's see. Okay, so you can see now. Right now I am located where? In /data com.android.providers.telephony. This is the current location now. I type ls here. You can see data, so many folders are there. I go to databases. Right now you can see again, right now this is the location, and I type ls. This is my location now. And can you see the telephony.db? And again, in the same folder, you will be able to see that mms.sms.db also. Your SMS details are stored inside this db file. Your telephony.call log details. Call log means the incoming call, outgoing call, missed call. Okay, the call which I have rejected. All these are coming under the call log server. So all these information. So this is a raw database. Okay, this is a raw database. If you look at this, you will be having n number of table will be there. Each table will be having say 10 to 20 columns will be there. All these are not relevant. All these data columns are not relevant in forensically. So what is forensically relevant? Only that information I am going to display it with the tool. So that is like I can also put similar to ADB pull command is also there. I can pull the data from the mobile device to the forensic workstation. I have shown you ADB devices, ADB shell. Do you remember? Two commands. Similarly, I can pull also, ADB pull. I can push also. So these are some of the, maybe you can later, you can just Google it. So this is the place, this is how we are going to get the locations. Now similarly, WhatsApp, where is WhatsApp located? CD com dot WhatsApp. Can you see? CD databases. LS. Now right now you are located here and I type ls, you can see the folder. Can you see this folder? This file, message store.db. This is the location where this is a file which is going to contain what? The WhatsApp information. So this is located in data com.whatsapp, inside which we are having the database folder is there, inside which we are having the DB file. So if I get hold of this DB file, you will be able to show you all the activities which are being done in the WhatsApp social media detail. Is that clear? So let's have the tea break now. Okay, so this is still continuing.
Tea and snacks is kept outside. You can come back by 3:25. 10 minutes break.